You are listening to Thunderbolt Sports Talk. Here are your hosts, Charlie Adams and Timothy Yeen.
Welcome to episode 13 of Thunderbolt Sports Talk. We're back. We're glad you're back listening to Charlie Adams here alongside Tim Yeen, ready to bring our 13th episode. And it comes on a day that there's no sports results to talk about, but there's a sports future winter season that kicks off tonight, Tim.
Yes, we are beginning to enter the winter sports season, Chaz, and it's a great thing. We have basketball. I know we had some other events earlier, like hockey had an injury fund, the co-op, and wrestling had their injury fund on Wednesday, but Friday, boys basketball, the main show, you know, the hot topic, the big kahuna coming in, 5:15 versus Mount Hope. Y'all gotta be there. Be there and be loud because it's the first game under new head coach Dave Delfino. I feel like after what I saw from practice and media day yesterday, looked like they knew what they were doing. He's a very detail-oriented guy. He's a very, very, very basketball knowledge-worthy guy, and he's got a lot of slack to him. So it'll be interesting to see how he operates game number 1 tonight.
Things kicking off and following the game, there'll be an alumni game, so you can stick around post-game after that. Looks like $5 will get you 2 games of basketball if you're interested in sticking around.
Yeah, there's an alumni game coming down up in Ventitulo Gym. Should be, again, fun. Maybe it's between alumni versus alumni, maybe team versus alumni, but I'm not sure about that, but it's going to be very fun. I'm not sure we are going to broadcast it, but I will be extremely, it should be extremely fun. We might get to see some former players, maybe even some from last year. Maybe Daquan Foster might come into town. Maybe Nas Million might return. Maybe all those guys.
Well, that's not the only event going on at Cranston East today. Prior to the 5:15 tip-off, there's an event held by the student council that should lead directly into the start of that game, Tim.
Yeah, we have a movie night, Chaz, Home Alone. I know you've been consistently bickering and complaining about the movie choice, but hey, it's what the people voted. So that is what it is. $5 entry. We do have, you can bring your own things, food, drink, blankets. But we do have popcorn and water for $1 each. So I think it's going to be a really fun event. Really, just a time to feel like you're in a movie theater at the Cranston East Auditorium.
Well, you're talking about the movie choice being Home Alone, and I'm not really complaining. I'm just saying the choices are between trash and garbage. Not Home Alone being trash. It's just the thing is everyone's seen it. It's all the movie choices have been done, and there's a lot of new Christmas movies, a lot of more mature Christmas movies for a high school audience, and we have to pick between the animated Grinch that stole Christmas and all these Christmas classics from when we were 10, Tim.
Well, I mean, who doesn't love going back into time and reliving their youth? I know a lot of maybe our older viewers might enjoy that, so maybe they might enjoy Home Alone. They might enjoy the time when they were a high school legend running back, scored 4 touchdowns in a championship game or something like that. Just reliving it. Maybe they saw Home Alone was a fantastic movie back in the day, so they want to rewatch that. I'd certainly be in favor to rewatch that. So, hey, it's a choice.
Well, the day after today, on Saturday, we're hosting at Cranston High School East the Bolts Bazaar. Will you be in attendance, Tim?
I will likely be in attendance, Jazz. It's a great event, really, to donate to Toys for Tots or that organization there to, help those children in need. It's a really warm and fun event. And I could not be more excited to be a part of it. I will be helping out in terms of touring the class of 1985 around the school, since they want to check out how the school's changed. Maybe see some new rooms, see some new, specialties. Ask about the what's happenings of the school, which some cases we can't really talk about for certain legal and moral reasons.
Well, if you want to come out to the Bolts Bazaar, it starts off 10 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday, December 9th, here at Cranston High School East. Over 55 vendors, raffles, face painting, gift wrapping available. Plenty to offer. Meet Santa and more.
And, considering the fact that we have a hockey game as well tomorrow, got some hockey matchups tomorrow. Me being at the PC Club hockey team's matches, it should be fun. I don't know if I'll get a face paint beforehand, but, I think either way, I'll have a very packed day.
And if you have a packed day during these cold months in December, you might want to bundle up with something from the Cranston High School East Class of 2024 store. All proceeds benefit the class, and it's an exciting time for any merchandise lovers of Cranston East.
Yeah, we need cheaper prom tickets. We need cheaper everything. So if you bought some stuff, that would be fantastic. And also, it's free, it's clothes, so everyone loves clothes. I know you're wearing an LA Knight shirt right now. So if you want to just rip the Band-Aid and get straight into that topic, Chaz.
Let's move on to the Cranston East yearbook, which is on the agenda to mention here. Cranston East yearbook is available to purchase, and we encourage you to. We're both part of the yearbook, and Tim Yeen has had his foot deep into the creation of this yearbook, one would say. I mean, if you check out the winter sports pages currently, you might say, what are those?
I never said my yearbook design was my graphic passion. It was always like graphic design was my passion, but I mean, I think it just needs a few, reworks, but like some siege maps. Yeah, I think by the time we finish everything up, we should be good. And also, are we allowed to take our first commercial break, Chaz?
Nope.
I'm kind of need to use the bathroom.
Let's keep on chugging through because we have some things to mention first. Let's go over to your struggles in trigonometry, Tim.
Let's go over my struggles in needing to use the bathroom right now, Chaz.
Because, Tim, you're taking trig as a senior.
Similar
thing.
Sports analytics.
Similar thing to Ben
all
Chen.
right.
Very interesting, Tim. I guess we'll take a quick pause and be back. And we're back. Tim, how was it?
It was fantastic, Chaz. I had to go through two levels of bathrooms to find the third floor bathroom to be the most optimal, since there is either a door on the stall or nobody smoking in there. So I have to say I thoroughly enjoyed my exploration.
Well, I'm glad that we could stop the podcast for the first time ever to allow you to do that, Tim.
Yeah, this is a historic event.
Also a historic event. West bathroom situation seems like a good enough segue in any. Tim, I know you're well versed in what's going on there. Why don't you let the people know how the West bathrooms are holding up?
The West bathroom, I think they're doing better. And that's actually a great transition. Maybe I should have just lied and said I did that so we can segue into that. The bathroom situation at West, apparently someone intentionally made the bathroom explode or something like that. According to the Cranston Fire Department rep, a B1 bathroom sprinkler head was damaged by a person triggering a flood in the B1C1 corner. The rusty brownish water did not contain any human waste, as the water came from fire safety sprinkler system. Students and staff were outside for some time and then asked to sit in the gym and other locations, like the auditorium, where the always entertaining Ms. Vituli, which I can't stand by that because I don't go to West, made it all help pass the time until the fire department gave the all clear to return to the school day. Their fourth period was shortened to 40 minutes to accommodate for lunches in period 3. The fire department rep said the way the sprinklers are situated, it could only happen by an intentional human action. So, Chaz, definitely some human interference going on in those sprinklers.
Well, that's not the only thing we have to talk about West today. They also got new uniforms for their basketball team that look really sharp. They kicked off their season with a little after-school get-together. They had their first game yesterday. So West getting going live on the Fans Only Sports Network. Yesterday broadcasted that basketball game, Tim.
Yeah, a little bit of technical difficulties there on the broadcast, but overall, those uniforms look nice. They look nice.
And let's go back now to something in our house in Cranston East. We got Funko Pops on the way, Tim. Anyone who's listening and wants a Funko Pop of either of us, feel free to reach out. We'll be selling them for $50. So if you want a Funko Pop, go ahead and contact at TB Sports Media on Instagram.
Oh, so you're gonna commit yourself to it?
I mean, it's not much of a commitment, Tim. You know, it's not a hard business when you're custom making Charlie Adams and Tim Yeen Funko Pops. Excited to see how those turn out when they finally arrive.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those in action, Chaz. I know you began the idea. I liked it. And then Mr. Simone asked to make a Funko Pop of you, so you made that. So I think it should be really, really fun. I don't know, maybe even might actually garner a couple of sales. So, yeah. All funds go to where, Chaz? Where does it go?
Well, they go to benefiting Thunderbolt Sports Talk, Tim. And can you just explain to us, what was it smelling like on the second floor this Wednesday, Tim?
Oh, the second floor this Wednesday, Chaz. Definitely not any type of substance, but there was a very rancid, horrific smell that forced Mr. Maynard's class to head to the library for a short time because apparently it seeped into 250, aka Miss Salamino's room. Yeah, it was not a pleasant smell. We had some comments from the administration saying, quote, "It smells like poop," unquote, which I can definitely agree with. Not in the sense that I've smelled it, but, it just smelled like absolute rancid in there.
Definitely was not a pleasant experience, to say the least. And Tim, again, I got a question for you. Why are beavers such funny little creatures, man? I mean, they're just a great catalyst for memes. They're always doing funny stuff. They always got that stupid little face on. They're standing like 2 feet tall. I mean, beavers are just those guys. I kind of appreciate that animal. I like their ability to be a meme. I'm sure you agree, Tim.
Yeah. So are platypuses and beavers kind of coming from the same species type of thing, or?
I can't confirm that for you, but I can confirm one of the final things we have, not sports related for Cranston East, is that the whole school seems to be under the weather, at least to some level. Charlie Adams still feels great, but everyone else, it seems, has been struggling with this winter season weather, Tim.
Yeah, including myself. For the past 2 weeks, I've just been battling what seems to be, maybe headaches. At one point, or the point I had to leave a little bit early. A runny nose, all that, the common type of sickness symptoms. I've also been dealing with kind of a dry throat or something along the lines of that, or some phlegm in my throat. The past 2 weeks I've been desperately trying to get rid of before the basketball game. It's kind of cool, man. Not cool in the sense that we're all sick, but maybe that's the reason why everyone's sick, because one person's sick, and in a school of 1,600 kids, that could easily spread.
Well, I'd encourage you to seek out some modern medicine to get you up to par there, Tim. Let's talk about Christmas, because it's coming up. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. How excited are you for the holiday season?
Yeah, I'm very excited for Christmas. It's always a fantastic time of year where everyone plays the same Christmas songs, everyone plays the same Christmas movies, everyone, you know, just enjoys the Christmas spirit. And, there have maybe some type of reports that, or, type of opinions that say that, maybe Christmas is a little bit dying in terms of how fun it was. These guys are all growing up, Chaz. We are 17 years old, 17, 18 years old. We are not the little kids we used to be, but we can still find a way to make some time.
Well, I'd recommend anyone looking for a new Christmas movie to watch go out and watch Spirited. Came out last year on Apple TV Plus. It was great then. It's still great now. One of the newer movies. If you're a Marvel fan, Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special is also a good quick watch. And maybe a little less known movie, How Murray Saved Christmas. It's a TV special, really. So another quick watch for you to get in the holiday mood. Some great movies that you might not have tapped in on. Tim, let's move to the reason this show exists, sports. Let's move to the in-season tournament. The Celtics eliminated in the first round by the Pacers. And this tournament kind of showing exactly why basketball is a series when it gets to the playoffs, because one-game playoffs in this in-season tournament clearly show that anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun when it's chaotic, or at least when you single game elimination. But obviously, sometimes the better team might not get get further into the postseason. But Chad, I don't really think that you or the Celtics fans should be really caring a little bit too much about this, because it's all in the end, it's the in-season tournament and it's in the season. So, from my perspective, I haven't really watched any of the games either, so I can't really put my statement on that. But as long as the Celtics are beat, I think I'm happy.
Yeah, and Miami maybe showing off how it'll be in the postseason, getting eliminated before they even can get into the dance. The Celtics making it to the dance, and if that game was a 7-game series against the Pacers, would have been 4-1. So, still big things on the horizon for the Celtics here, and the Heat still stink.
Oh, yeah, or whatever. When Jaime Jaquez Jr. Annihilates the Celtics, for the first time in the postseason to become the next coming of Jimmy Butler, it will be a fun day to watch. And fun fact: so Coach Delfino, I believe, worked with Dan Mazzulla, the father of Joe Mazzulla, the current Celtics head coach. So, we got a little bit of Coach Joe Mazzulla with us. So, hey, maybe that factors into what Coach Delfino does for his game plan tonight.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. 5:15 tip-off on the Fans Only Sports Network. And, yeah, it's going to be an exciting game, exciting time for the Cranston East basketball team entering a new stage of or at least a new era for that program. Let's stick with NBA. Let's stick with the Toronto Raptors, who reportedly their coach offered a all-expenses-paid dinner if they can win 3 straight games, Tim.
I would. That is an offer to take up. That just pushes the team to get some nice food. That pushes the team to actually start winning, because, the Raptors, not far long ago, they were, into playoffs. They won the finals not so long ago with Mr. Kawhi Leonard. But now, we got a couple years later, things have changed, and now the Raptors are, so that's the case.
So, yeah, that's a good opportunity for the Raptors. Anything to encourage this guy and their team to start winning games. And let's move now to the Boston Red Sox trading Alex Verdugo to the New York Yankees, a little in-division trading, and ends up with Verdugo headed to the rival New York Yankees. And now the Sox apparently interested in Lourdes Gurriel, Tim. I know he's a player that hits close to home for your guys in the Arizona Diamondbacks. Would you be happy to see your team move on from Lourdes Gurriel?
I would be crying in my bed. I would be wallowing in despair. I would be absolutely crying a flood right now, Chaz. Obviously a big dog. Obviously a Himothy. Obviously a key player. So
All right, and let's go over sticking with baseball just for one more second. The Guardians taking the first pick in the MLB draft lottery with a 2% chance, and of course Juan Soto being traded to the New York Yankees. That'll wrap up your baseball segment.
what are your thoughts on that, Chaz? I think the people would love to hear it.
I mean, it's a big package for the Padres. For 1 year of Juan Soto, you don't know if he's going to sign back. It's a big risk, but you have a good team right now. I know ESPN put out a graphic with Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Giancarlo Stanton for some reason. No one knows why they decided to include Stanton because he hasn't been relevant for a couple years, but ESPN will ESPN if the sport's something they don't care about. Tim, there's something that happened yesterday.
Yeah, actually, about ESPN, you know what people do care about? Omar from SportsCenter recreating his handshake with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sure you care very much about that.
All right, well, no one cares about that, and Omar's posting on SportsCenter has been atrocious as of late, as it usually is.
Yeah, I feel like it's always been atrocious.
Let's move over to something that is usually atrocious as well. New England Patriots. They played Thursday, so we actually get an immediate reaction from Thunderbolt Sports Talk on how that game went. Bailey Zappi balled out, and looks like we're going to fall down a pick or two in the draft because we picked up a win when we were
surprisingly,
dogs.
We went from number 2 to number 2 a little bit more reliably, or shaky, depending on how you want to see the coin. Big win over the Steelers last night, 21-18. Billy Zappi, electric in the first half. 3 touchdowns, 2 to Hunter Henry on his birthday, so matter of fact. So that was a pretty incredible offensive showing there in the first half, and 0 points in the second. But either way, good win for the Patriots. You can't be mad about a win, even if the draft, position is maybe a little bit skewed. But a win's a win, and you got to be proud of that.
Yep, and the last touchdown went to Ezekiel Elliott, who played a big role with Ramondre Stevenson out. I remember looking at a commercial for the game, and they advertised Ramondre Stevenson and Kenny Pickett. Both players did not suit up, and Mitch Trubisky was in full form, not his Nickelodeon most valuable player, but he was out there on the field, and he was definitely playing football.
Yeah,
just not good football.
He threw passes, Chaz. He definitely threw some stuff. He definitely threw an interception to one of the Patriots defenders. I forgot who it was, but I do know there was one to J.C. Jackson that got waved off by a PI call. But if Kenny Pickett played, who knows? That could have been a different outcome. That could have been a different type of game, so to speak. So, to be playing that close against Mitch Trubisky, man, a little bit dangerous, a little bit weird, but, when you're 3-10 now, you just come to terms with the fact that, you can't win every game. You can't be blowing out every team. You're more on the being blown out side of things, although that's not really the case here. For the 3 games before, the Patriots defense under 10 points or under 10 and under, yet still losing the first time since the 1938 Cardinals. So to get a win is just good here.
Definitely good. Let's move from sports for a second to sports entertainment. We almost had a guest on the program that could have replaced you for this episode. Almost had LA Knight on the episode. He at least
I mean, it wasn't,
got the
it wasn't
view.
almost. Wasn't all. It was more like a.
Well, the request was made and it was received. We just didn't receive a response. I know he is the megastar. It's kind of hard. Maybe should have went through his management if we wanted to get him on the program, but we got the story view, and I'm definitely happy enough for that.
Yeah, good job, Chaz. You got a verified account to reach out and talk to us. I mean, not talk, but just at least see what we have. So maybe we've picked up LA Knight as a podcast listener.
Yeah. LA Knight and the rest of the SmackDown brand in Providence tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. A big episode, it seems. The Tribute to the Troops episode, which coincides with the fact that the Army versus Navy game is in town and will happen at Gillette Stadium. So a lot of armed forces in the area that will be celebrated tonight on Fox. It's kicking off at 8 p.m. on Fox. The SmackDown Tribute to the Troops coming straight to you from Providence, Rhode Island. Tim, will you be tuning in?
Depends on if I have time after the game that I'll be broadcasting, but maybe I'll take a gander into it. Maybe I'll play Fortnite. By the way, a new Fortnite season release, Lego Fortnite, released yesterday. Competitor to Minecraft, basically. It's literally not Fortnite. I thought it was gonna be just Fortnite Battle Royale, but Lego wise. But yeah, Chad, have you gotten a chance to play the new season?
Of course, I've got a chance to play the new season. The movement's wonky. The guns are cool, but Fortnite looks to still have some momentum behind it. Having Peter Griffin in the same game as Freddy Fazbear and Optimus Prime and Lara Croft and all these different people coming together. You can play as Bruno Mars, all these people in the same game. And now with Lego Fortnite coming in here, we got Rocket Racing coming out today, Fortnite Festival coming out tomorrow. So plenty of new content for the new season, Tim. But that might have been overshadowed by some other gaming news that came out, or it was leaked out. It was supposed to release on Tuesday. Turned out someone leaked it on Monday, so GTA just said, we'll give it to you. The GTA 6 trailer dropped. What was your first impressions? Looks like we're in Vice City, and looks like an exciting game that will leave current gen or last gen consoles in the dust.
Yeah, I mean, this game certainly looks like it cannot run on that PS4, Xbox One console. GTA 6, my first impressions, it looks amazing. First off, it's never looked so much more like real life than it has been, albeit, obviously might just be some trailer magic. Maybe the gameplay graphics are not as good, but I feel like considering still, I think we have a great game in store for us coming 2025. So when we're sophomores in college, we're doing whatever, that should be exciting. I'm excited to see the potentially two main characters. I don't know if it's one or two, but yeah, the beaches look nice. I don't know if they're cutscenes or in-game events, but they look fantastic. Everything about the game looks pretty good.
Exciting times for the video game world. We're going to have to wait till 2025 to play that one, so still plenty of time left to go. Now let's move into our final set of segments here. We asked ChatGPT to generate some segments, and they came up with some great ideas, Tim. Let's start with Ultimate Sports Challenges. We make up new sports based on combining stuff from other sports. I'll start us off with basketball, baseball, which includes tackling, but on a basketball court, and the ball is a baseball, and you can only score it using a bat. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on how that sport would work, Tim.
So if you
and if you have any suggestions as well.
So if you're allowed to tackle the baseball hitter, are you is the baseball hitter allowed to hit people with a bat?
Well, in basketball, baseball, I'd say yes.
All right. So obviously that might cause some lawsuits. So how we score again?
You have to hit the baseball into the backboard pretty much. The entire backboard counts as a point. That
Okay.
kind of system.
All right. So if we're playing with like an NBA type thing, with players rushing into the hitter, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a very low scoring type of game. Um, Certainly a sport idea.
Tim, can you suggest any sports ideas for our Ultimate Sports Challenges segment?
That's definitely interesting. I think that's actually interesting. If we played football with some, I don't know, maybe some other stuff. Not right now, Jazz. Not right now.
Okay, Tim. Jesus Christ, guy.
My fault. My fault.
Let's move to Fantasy Face Off, where we have fictional matchups across different eras and different sports. And we got to start off with one of the best, Jordan versus Tiger. Michael Jordan versus Tiger Woods in a Fantasy Face Off. Tim, who do you have?
Well, I think either way, I'm taking Michael Jordan. I mean, Tiger Woods, greatest golf player of all time. Michael Jordan, greatest basketball player of all time. But when you look at the cultural impact, you don't see Tiger Woods selling shoes, or at least not in as a vast amount as Jordan. But I don't know, if I took him in a fight, I'd take Jordan.
Oh, we're talking about in a fight.
I
Interesting,
mean,
Tim.
hey, if it was golf, I guess Tiger would take the dub. But Michael Jordan plays golf also, so he might actually put up a fair competition. But it's Tiger Woods. Basketball, Michael Jordan clears the floor with him.
All right, let's move to our final segment. Maybe one you'll be more interested in participating in. Thunderbolt Draft Day. We'll have a mock draft here between dream teams on random topics. And to start it off, let's do a dream team of your cameraman and my cameraman combined into one draft. Let's go 3 picks each. You
Okay.
can start us off.
All right, for my first pick, I'm obviously going with the guy, Andy Wu. Has just been a fantastic cameraman throughout the time. Just been putting in the work. Has been putting in, the actual thing. And he's done camera for the championship soccer matches, girls soccer at least. So, obviously, my number one choice there.
I'll take, with my first pick, I'll go with Junior Joaquin Hernandez. It's your pick now. I mean, Hernandez, strong player in that field, Tim.
Second pick, I choose Larry Yin.
Oh, my.
You
Took-
know,
Taking one of my guys off the board.
I mean, I have to, as much as I love to take one of my own, I'd have to admit, Larry is one of those. He already has camera experience, so obviously that translates pretty well to, how it goes on, whenever it's a court, a field, whatever. I feel like he'd do a fantastic job.
All right. You took one of my guys. Says a lot about my guys, and it's why I'm going to take Ashton Allison with my second pick.
Mm-hmm.
Another strong competitor out of my crew of camera people, Tim.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my cast and choose Alan Chen with my final pick. Alan, as of late, has been a pretty strong contributor. He's helping me, Brian Hockey, not doing camera but producing, but he's just been consistently available.
And with my final pick, I'm going to go with a reliable source, always willing to pick up the camera when he wants to. Evan Morrell, my final pick.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he wants to pick up the mic too whenever he wants to.
And, well, that means a lot less talking for me, especially when it's Evan on the mic. Maybe that encourages you to pick Shang Ming with your last pick, Tim.
Oh, I have another last pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I am choosing Shengming Yuan. So, despite the inconsistent yapping, he's been doing a good job. I'm a big fan of Baldur's Gate 3. And by the way, which won the Game Award yesterday for Game of the Year. So, yeah, that's my guy.
All right, so that's your top three
Do you want to do
on
another?
each side.
Yeah. Do you want to do another? Let's do another one. How about considering getting closer to Christmas season, and your Christmas music. How about Christmas songs? Let's do a top three for each of us. Jazz.
All right, I'll take the first pick off the board. I'll go with a classic, Jingle Bell Rock.
All
I'll
right.
just take that straight off the board. No specific version. I want all of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I respect that. Is that your favorite Christmas song of all time?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. I just think in my first, I know it's commonly played a lot. It is not going to be one of the Mariah Carey songs. It's actually be Last Christmas by Wham, which I know gets played a decent amount, but I mean, I love the song. I appreciate it.
Well, there couldn't have been a worse first pick for
Hey.
you to make.
Hey.
Congratulations. I'm going to take Jingle Bells by Frank Sinatra.
Okay.
A classic one. Definitely adds to the song. And a respectable pick for the number 2 slot.
Okay. All right. I guess for my second pick, I'm trying to let me look up the song real quick because I know the song, I just forgot the name. You know what? Let's do second pick. Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
Now, that's a great pick. I can't argue with that. Definitely a deserving spot and would have definitely been on my board if you didn't snipe him up right there, Tim.
It's just a fantastic song. I mean, you combine, a little bit of hip hop, Christmas is a fantastic idea, jazz. And I expect that during the Christmas tournament to be played again.
All right. Well, in my third pick, let me go with Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Bruce Springsteen, a classic
That was
version.
that was a song I forgot about.
The Bruce Springsteen version, definitely the best one you can go with there. And definitely a great pick, a snipe, one might say, with this third round pick.
Yeah, now that you've taken that, which would have been my third pick, let me take Feliz Navidad, because Christmas is a worldwide tradition. It's a worldwide thing, and what better to incorporate that worldwide aspect and then into sing Christmas in different languages, and that is what Feliz Navidad truly is.
Feliz Navidad. All right. Well, definitely a respectable pick. Let's keep it going after 3. There's plenty of Christmas music still left on the board. Might as well not stop here just yet because I'm going to pick the soundtrack from the soundtrack of Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. The classic, or at least newly minted classic for Christmas. I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here off of the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
That's fair. That's fair. I guess for my next pick, remember that TikTok trend where there's like you live forever, but like a snail follows you, like a snail that could kill you.
Yes.
So that song that I usually played, So This Is Christmas by John Lennon.
Well, war is over.
Yeah,
By John
War
Lennon.
is over. So that counts, right?
Of
So,
course.
Yeah. So
Definitely
I choose
counts.
that.
It's definitely the better of the former Beatles Christmas songs that are available for your listening.
And off topic, but would you take that offer, Chaz? You live forever, but that snail follows you.
Yeah, I probably would. I'd find that snail and cover him in a cup.
All right, that's fair.
Take the chance. Let me go with my pick. Let me go with Holiday by Lil Nas X, another new song, but a different genre of Christmas music than we've really seen ever and haven't really seen it repeated well since Christmas in Hollis.
Yeah, oh, holiday. I remember back in COVID when that released that, when we were calling up each other on, certain media platforms, Discord mainly, because that was one of the few sites we could use. We had like this little bot. We just played Holiday the entire thing. So, that actually brings like great memories back in time when I would, which I advised to not do this like the Tropicana Danny, to quote unquote, ignore my classes, although I, play 2K.
Well, Tim, let's make your final pick before we wrap things up here.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a. Maybe a wild card. Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. I've listened to it a little bit. I've grown to like the song, so I'll put that in my last slot.
All right, so there's your draft segment. Thank you to ChatGPT for generating such a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems that ChatGPT nowadays has been giving more reliable ideas.
Great times led by ChatGPT. I've seen the advancement of AI go far and wide, but it hasn't taken over our jobs here at Thunderbolt Sports Talk yet.
Yeah, you can still get caught doing it.
Yeah, you can, Tim. That is definitely true. It runs rampant around the schools. Teachers have just, I don't know, they're trying to adapt. They're trying to garner it for the good that's involved in it, but it's a tricky subject to talk about here.
Yeah,
and maybe we'll save it for episode 14 as time's run out on our 13th episode. 42 minutes on the dot as we prepare to sign off here after a bathroom break by Tim for the first time ever in podcast history.
Yeah, you know what I just noticed? 13th episode on a Friday, so it was about to happen. Friday, the 13th episode.
Yeah, definitely a spooked episode. Hopefully you guys fought through this episode, got to the end, and we'll be back next week with some more content, maybe some more topics to cover that are some more fun topics, more game topics like we had today. We'll see you on the other side. Stick around for episode 14 coming at you next week with actual Cranston High School East sports results back in your life. Tim, sign us off.
Daquan Foster.